This moment meant a lot, because Kurt wasn't just speaking as an outsider. He had actually driven the number 45 car for 23XI Racing before his career-ending injury. So when he saw Tyler Reddick pull this off, it clearly hit him on a personal level. Kurt shared a message congratulating the team, saying he couldn't be more proud of Reddick and the entire organization. He gave credit to Denny Hamlin, Michael Jordan, Billy Scott, and everyone involved, calling their 3 wins to start the season a historic achievement. And you could genuinely feel the pride in his words. For those who have followed 23XI Racing since the beginning, this wasn't just a hot start. It was proof of how far the team has come and what they've truly become. But then, the tone of the weekend suddenly shifted. While Reddick and 23XI were celebrating history, not everyone left circuit of the Americas feeling satisfied. One of the clearest examples was Connor Zilisch. Looking at the results, a 14th place finish might seem decent, but according to him, it didn't reflect his performance at all. After the race, he said he felt like he drove one of the best races of his career, yet still ended up 14th. He openly admitted it sucked. He pointed to 2 key incidents that ruined his race. In one, he said Daniel Suarez got right behind him, squared him up, and made contact. In another, he was already committed into a corner when he got hit from the side, and he didn't even fully understand what happened. From his perspective, he did almost everything right, but still ended up with a result that looked average. And that's what creates such a strange emotional divide after races like this. On one side, a team celebrating history. On the other, drivers walking away frustrated, feeling like chaos took away their opportunity. And it wasn't just limited to the Cup Series. Over in the Xfinity Series, Carson Cavapple also left the weekend disappointed. He had what looked like a solid run going and was on track for around an 8th place finish, until a late caution changed everything. Suddenly, strategy got complicated, and the final result didn't reflect how strong the car actually was. And that's what made this entire weekend feel so unusual. NASCAR witnessed a truly historic win, but by the end of it, much of the conversation wasn't about the performance. It shifted toward frustration, wrecks, perception, and controversy. That's where the stolen victory narrative started to appear online. Now let's be clear, this idea didn't come from anything that actually happened on track. It started with fans connecting dots. Some pointed to the timing of Reddick's strong start alongside the recent legal settlement involving NASCAR, 23XI Racing, and Front Row Motorsports. But here's the reality. There is absolutely no evidence that the race at COTA was manipulated or handed to anyone. The facts are simple. Reddick started on pole, led 58 laps, and beat one of the best road course drivers in the field by nearly 4 seconds. That's not suspicious, that's dominance. Right now, this stolen narrative is about perception, not racing. And honestly, the strongest argument against it comes from Shane Van Gisbergen himself. If anyone had reason to question the result, it would have been him, especially since he narrowly missed tying Jeff Gordon's record for 6 straight road course wins. But SVG didn't complain. He simply said they were lacking a bit of pace and didn't have enough to catch Reddick. In other words, he got beat. And that's why this weekend feels so strange in hindsight. Tyler Reddick delivered one of the most important wins in modern NASCAR. Michael Jordan had every reason to celebrate. Kurt Busch felt proud watching the team reach that level. But at the same time, Connor Zilisch was frustrated. Carson Cavapple felt his race slipped away, and a loud group of fans online turned the story into something controversial. That mix, history, frustration, and suspicion, is what made this weekend feel bigger than just a race recap. Because while the racing itself is still incredibly strong, the trust around it feels a little more fragile than it should. And that brings us to the real question fans are debating right now. Was Tyler Reddick simply the best driver at Circuit of the Americas and the clear, deserving winner? Or do the frustrations from drivers like Connor Zilisch and the online backlash point to a deeper perception problem within NASCAR? I'd really like to hear your take. Drop your opinion and share how you see this situation. But from my perspective, watching this sport every week, it's simple. At Circuit of the Americas, Tyler Reddick earned that win. Plain and simple. He started on pole, controlled the race, led 58 laps, and when it mattered most, pulled away from the one driver almost no one can beat on road courses right now, Shane Van Gisbergen. And when even your closest competitor says the better driver won, that tells you everything. Now, that doesn't mean the frustration from drivers like Connor Zilisch isn't real, because it absolutely is. COTA can turn into chaos at any moment.